Are you thinking about getting your kids a 3D printer? You probably want to watch this first. So last year, as I was shopping for Christmas presents, I came across a really good deal on a Bambu A1 Mini. And my kids had been using 3D printers for a while. We had an older version that my older son used, and it was too hard for my younger kids. I had 11-year-old twins and a 13-year-old, and they were intrigued by 3D printing. They like to watch it. They like to play with the fidgets that came out of the 3D printer. But they never 3D printed on their own because it was too complicated to use the one that we had. They did often express interest in learning how to 3D print, and their older brother would say that he would teach them how to 3D print. And then he moved out of the house once he graduated last year and wasn't around to teach them how to 3D print. And so when I came across this deal on the Bambu A1 Mini, I read a bunch of reviews and found out that it was very user-friendly. It was supposed to be one of the most kid-friendly 3D printers out there. It had an app so that you could send prints directly from your phone to the printer, and it sounded really appealing. I thought it might be a good way to get my kids into printing. But for me personally, I did not have a lot of experience 3D printing. My teenagers were pros at 3D printing. They could do all kinds of things. They could customize their prints. They'd been printing for years. They could tell you everything about their 3D printer. They even got one of those kits where their 3D printer came in parts and they built it from the ground up. So they knew everything about all the parts. They knew how to install it. They knew how to repair it. I had concerns though, because I am really good at software. I'm really good at using programs. I am not very good at the technical side of if something breaks, knowing how to jump in there and fix it and figure out what's wrong. And so I knew with a 3D printer, stuff was going to go wrong. I also had concerns about whether or not my kids were actually going to use it because the 3D printer is a little bit of an investment. And this was going to be a good portion of their Christmas for that year. It was going to be their large present. I was going to get a few little odds and ends and stuff too, but that was going to be the bulk of their Christmas. And so I was a little bit nervous that I was going to get this Christmas present and they were going to be like, hey, cool, and then not use it. Because the last thing you want is to get a present, spend a bunch of money on it, and have them use it once and toss it aside or never use it at all or be too overwhelmed by the setup and just have it be a huge waste of money. And so I was concerned, but I was intrigued enough that I wanted to try it out. I really like the idea of my kids being able to create things on their own. My oldest daughter's really artistic and loves creating things, and she loves engineering. So 3D printing was really a great next step for her. We just didn't know how to do it. So we jumped into it. I bought the 3D printer. Bambu has a really great deal when you first buy your printer. You can get the AMS system, which allows you to do multicolored prints. I highly recommend that because it's much easier than switching out your filament colors, especially for beginner printers. So we did get that. And then when you first buy your printer, you can also buy the filament in bulk, and it makes it very affordable. I think when I bought it, it made the filament like $11 for each spool of filament. And so that's a great deal. I ended up getting a huge assortment of colors and made sure that we were stocked up for a while. One thing to keep in mind, and I did not know this at the time, is filament can retain moisture over time. So make sure you don't get more filament than you're going to use before it starts doing that. There are some tricks to drying it out over time. My kids have played around with that a little bit. It's usually a better idea to just kind of get what you're going to use before it starts to get a little bit older. But you really can get some great deals when you first buy your printer, but you have to be sure to click that option to batch it together with your printer when you make that purchase through Bambu. Okay, so we got our printer. My very first concern I had was setup. Setup ended up being really easy. That was one of the appeal for the Bambu printer. We really just pulled it out of the box. There were a few wires to hook up, especially because we had that AMS system. It really wasn't that big of a deal. We had it up and running within just a few minutes, and so it wasn't a huge ordeal to get it hooked up. I have another video that you can check out, and I'll link that in the comments below. So you can see our full review of the Bambu A1 Mini if you're interested in that specific printer. But it wasn't a huge ordeal. Some of the other printers do have a little bit more elaborate setup system, so be sure and do some research before you decide which printer you're getting. I know my son has an older printer, and he actually had to build from scratch. And so you just want to make sure when you're making that purchase that you get one that's suited to your skill level. Once we got it going, my kids instantly started printing. I was actually pleasantly surprised at how excited they were about it. We downloaded the app, and they were able to send prints directly over there. If you go with Bambu, they have an app that has prints already available to you. So if you don't want to create your own print designs, you can go through and just find something that you want to print. And they've got pretty much anything you can think of. My kids were able to find fidgets and desk organizers and earrings and all kinds of stuff that they were interested in printing. And so they pretty much kept our printer running 24 hours a day in the beginning. We did run into, within the first few weeks, we ran into our first little hiccup. One of the most common things you can run into with a printer is bed adhesion problems. And so that's when the filaments stop sticking to the bed. And that can happen when you get the oils from your fingers. If you touch the bed, the oils will stay from your fingers will stay on the bed. So that's why you have to be really careful not to touch the bed. And you have to clean it off fairly well in between uses. There's some great videos out there. There's some great Facebook groups. That was the best resource I found, was check out some of the Facebook groups for beginning 3D printers. Some of those people have some fantastic knowledge about 3D printing, and they will help you troubleshoot if you're running into very specific issues. But that was the first issue we ran into, and I didn't know it was bed adhesion when we first did that. But what happened is we were printing something, the filament started gooping up all over the nozzle. And we didn't catch it right away, unfortunately. So we came back hoping to see this completed print. And what we got instead was this goopy, messy blob. And it had gooped up all over the nozzle and it was melted everywhere. And the printer had just stalled. And so we had to go on there and figure out first how to get all of this filament off of the nozzle. The standard way to get that off is you reheat the nozzle and hope that it comes off. We did end up taking a hairdryer to it a little bit. That runs the risk of melting some of the other parts on there, which is what we ended up doing. We ended up melting something off and a wire broke off. And so then we had no choice, but we had to replace some parts. The fortunate part is Bambu sells every single part individually off of their website, and most of them are not very expensive. And so I think we paid like $15 and we got a few extra parts as well. And so within a few days, we had fresh parts for it. And we were able to reinstall those parts and get the machine going again. Here's the problem we had though. So we replaced those parts and put another print on the printer and got it going. And we came back a few hours later. We didn't watch it. And we came back to another blob. And at that point, I was really frustrated because I was like, oh my goodness, we've had this printer and we don't know what we're doing. And we thought we fixed it. And now we've got a big old melted blob again. And I don't want to mess with fixing it again. And fortunately, I had one of my older sons there. And so he went through the mess and melted it off. And this one wasn't quite as bad because we caught it a little bit earlier. So it didn't have a broken wire and we were able to save the nozzle this time. And we finally did some research and realized that we were having this bed adhesion issue. And so we didn't have to replace any parts that second time. We were able to just get everything cleaned off. But this time we actually solved the problem and we were able to clean off the bed really well. We changed our system as we were printing and made sure we were cleaning the bed really well in between. We'd been cleaning it before, but we just weren't doing, I guess, as good of a job as we could have been. We had lots of little hands taking prints off of the print bed. They were getting excited to grab their print and just leaving fingerprints behind. And I guess we weren't getting all of those off. And so after that, we were a lot more careful to make sure that that print bed was cleaned off really well. And we have not had that problem going forward as much. We have had it like once and we caught it right away. So now we're really careful to actually watch the first few layers of the print and make sure that those layers adhere to the print bed, because that's when you're most likely to have that problem. If those first few layers don't adhere to the print bed, then they're going to goop up over the nozzle. Now that we've taken kind of those precautions, we haven't really had those issues and we've had no other problems with it. And those are the only issues that we personally had with our printer. I know there's a lot of other issues that can go wrong just with anything that has a lot of moving parts. It's got electrical parts, it's got mechanical parts. There's always the chance that something can go wrong, but we've been really lucky. I personally found that the Bambu printer's built really well. And for something, we've had it for just about a year now, and it has been running, I swear, almost nonstop during that time. My daughter even started a little side business printing blank earrings and painting those. She loves painting the prints that come out of there. And I have been amazed. I thought we were going to have to prime them in order for her to paint them, but she's able to paint them straight out of the printer. and it works really well. So for her having an artistic side, she has really loved having that outlet because she'll print all of these little desk organizers, earrings, and different things, and she's able to print those, and she's made some really fun things that she's been able to create thanks to the 3D printer. So I have been really happy with it. I would say just be prepared that things are not always going to go the way you expect them to. I know I got a little frustrated in the beginning that we were having some repairs we had to do, but we were able to get past them quickly. I don't have any regrets at all about buying our 3D printer. I feel like it has taught my kids so much. They have really loved it, and it has gotten way more use than I thought it would. Check out the description below for some of our favorite 3D printer recommendations and for some additional resources. Our goal is to take the work out of shopping and parenting because you already have enough tabs open in your brain. Be sure and click subscribe. We hope to see you in our next video.